All praise is for Allah alone, the Lord of the seen and the unseen. Peace and blessings be upon his final messenger Muhammad. Today's reminder is about one of the most dangerous sins in Islam, Zulm, which means injustice, oppression, wronging others, violating rights, or causing harm. It is a sin so severe that Allah has forbidden it upon himself and condemned it for all of humanity. Injustice is not just a social crime, it is a spiritual poison. It destroys families, kills trust, breaks societies, and invites the anger of Allah. This reminder will explore the Qur'anic warnings, prophetic teachings, the social consequences of injustice, and the divine punishments that follow when a person crosses the limits of fairness. 1. The Islamic definition of injustice. Zulm means placing something where it does not belong. It includes wronging someone physically, wronging someone financially, wronging someone emotionally, breaking promises, cheating in relationships, abusing power, humiliating or hurting others, taking away someone's rights. Allah says in the Quran, "Indeed, Allah does not love the wrongdoers." Surah Al-Imran 3:57. This means that every act of injustice removes a person from the love of Allah. 2. Allah has forbidden injustice. The Prophet narrates a Hadith Qudsi in which Allah says, "O my servants, I have forbidden injustice upon myself and have forbidden it among you, so do not oppress one another." Sahih Muslim. This hadith gives 3 powerful messages. Allah never commits injustice. Allah hates injustice. A Muslim must never be the cause of someone else's suffering. 3. How injustice destroys hearts. When a person commits injustice, their heart hardens. They lose mercy, they lose humility, and they lose fear of Allah. Allah says, "But their hearts became hardened because of their wrongdoing." Surah Al-An'am 6:43. Injustice slowly kills a person's spiritual life. 4. The cry of the oppressed. One of the most frightening warnings in Islam is that the dua of an oppressed person goes straight to Allah. The Prophet said, "Beware of the dua of the oppressed, for there is no barrier between it and Allah." Sahih Bukhari. Even if the oppressed person is a sinner, even if they are weak, even if they cannot express their pain, Allah listens. This means that when you hurt someone emotionally, financially, or physically, their silent tears may destroy your future. 5. Qur'anic examples of destroyed nations. In the Quran, almost every destroyed nation was destroyed because of injustice. The people of Ad oppressed the weak. The people of Thamud violated rights and rebelled. Pharaoh, the king of injustice who enslaved and murdered. Karen oppressed people through wealth and arrogance. Allah says, "We destroyed them because of their injustice." Surah Al-Ankabut 29:40. When injustice becomes normal in a society, destruction becomes inevitable. 6. Types of injustice we commit today. Injustice in families, neglecting spouse, emotional abuse, verbal insults, humiliating children, unfair treatment. Allah says, "Live with them in kindness." Surah An-Nisa 4:19. Ignoring this command brings broken homes. B. Injustice between husband and wife, favoritism, unfair expectations, disrespect, controlling behavior, blaming without proof. The Prophet said, "The best of you are those who are best to their families." Sunan Ibn Majah. Harshness with family is a form of zulm. C. Injustice in friendships, gossip, betrayal, jealousy, using people for benefit. These destroy trust and relationships. D. Injustice in business, cheating, hiding defects, overpricing, stealing customers. The Prophet said, "He who cheats is not one of us." Sahih Muslim. Cheating is a cursed form of injustice. E. Injustice in leadership and authority, misusing power, taking bribes, humiliation, unfair decisions. Allah warns, when the wrongdoers rule, corruption spreads. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:205. 7. Social consequences of injustice. When injustice spreads, three major calamities strike the society. Loss of trust. People stop trusting families, leaders, teachers, or even religious figures. Loss of unity. Injustice divides communities and creates deep hatred. Loss of barakah. Homes lose peace, businesses lose growth, societies lose blessings. Allah removes barakah from any place stained with oppression. 8. Divine consequences of injustice say. Allah delays punishment, but never forgets.
The Prophet said,
Allah gives time to the oppressor, but when he seizes him, he does not let him escape. Sahih Bukhari. This delay is not mercy, it is a warning. B. Darkness on the Day of Judgment.
The Prophet said,
Injustice will become layers of darkness on the Day of Judgment. Sahih Bukhari. Every injustice, small or big, becomes a darkness that suffocates a person on Qiyamah. C. The oppressor will lose all their good deeds. A man asked the Prophet about someone who prays, fasts, and gives charity but hurts others. The Prophet said, he will come on the Day of Judgment bankrupt. Sahih Muslim. His good deeds will be taken and given to the people he wronged. Then he will be thrown into hell. D. Allah removes his protection. A home built on injustice loses Allah's protection. A marriage built on injustice will collapse. A society built on injustice will face chaos. 9. How to remove injustice from your life. A.
Return people's rights.
If you hurt someone, apologize. If you took money, return it. If you insulted someone, ask forgiveness. B. Fear Allah in hidden and open. Injustice grows when people feel no one is watching. But Allah is always watching. C. Practice absolute fairness. In judgment, speech, treatment, decisions. Allah says, be just. That is closer to righteousness. Surah Al-Ma'idah 5:8. D. Make dua for a clean heart. O Allah, protect me from ever wronging anyone. E. Stand against injustice. Silence encourages oppression. A believer stands with truth. 10. A final warning. Allah says, do not think Allah is unaware of the actions of the wrongdoers. Surah Ibrahim 14:42.
He is simply giving them time.
But when Allah seizes the oppressor, their destruction is certain. Injustice is a curse that destroys individuals, families, societies, and nations. A believer must fear it more than any worldly danger, for injustice invites Allah's anger and removes his blessings. The path of a believer is the path of fairness, truth, humility, and compassion. May Allah protect us from being among the wrongdoers and make us supporters of justice and truth. If this reminder benefited you, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others so they may also benefit.